Hey guys, what's up? DAVIES here and welcome back to another FIFA 18 video. As you can see, today we are going to be taking a look at the top 40 Wonderkids in FIFA 18. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First page here we have Gabriel Jesus. Everyone knows who he is. He was doing really well in the Prem last season until he picked up, I think it was a foot injury, so I'm sure he'll excel this season. And then everyone knows Mbappe a lot and he's going to do really good as well. And then we have Casper Dolberg, the Ajax Wonderkid. He is also going to do absolutely insane. But anyway, moving on to the next three now, we have Ousmane Dembele. Everyone knows who he is. Christian Pulisic, and then Oni Ekuru, who Everton signed and then loaned him out to Anderlecht. Now all three of these players are going to develop and they're all going to be really good in the future. Next up now we have one in the middle here, Fruchtel, who you might not have heard of before, but he's a young goalkeeper for Bayern. I think he's like 17 or 16, and he's definitely got a bright future ahead of him. We have Donnarumma, everyone knows him, and then we have Lafont. He's definitely got a bright future ahead of him as well. Next up here we have three French defenders. We have the duo of Diop and Sarr, two French centre-backs. They've both got pretty decent potential. I think Sarr's probably got the potential to go a little bit further. And then we have Real Madrid's new signing, Theo Hernandez, who's going to be a really overused card next year if he has a card that looks something like that. Next now we have Maxime Lopez, I believe it is, from Marseille. He did really well last season. He went from like a bronze, and he's probably going to have a card sort of like that in FIFA 18. We have Locatelli, who will get a small upgrade from his 74 silver, I think it is. And then we have Yuri Tielemans, who has transferred over to Monaco, and he had a great season last season too. Next we got a few English strikers. We have Tammy Abraham, who belongs to Chelsea now. Last season I think he was playing for Bristol Rovers, I think it might have been. But yeah, Chelsea bought him, loaned him out to Swansea. He'll probably have a pretty good season if he gets the game time. We have Marcus Rashford, everyone knows him. And then we have Armstrong of Newcastle. Not too many people have heard of him, but he's definitely got some good potential if he gets the game time and plays enough, really. Next now we have Kai Havertz in the middle here. He did really well last season for Bayer Leverkusen, even though he's pretty new to the squad. We have Vallejo of Real Madrid. He belonged to them, but he was loaned out to Frankfurt, I think it was, last season. He did really well there, and now Real Madrid have bought him back. And then we have Cengiz Under. He's been linked to Roma, linked to Spurs. Seems like he is going to move to Roma though, but his current club is, it's like Istanbul Başakşehir or something. I cannot pronounce it. But anyway, three promising players. Next we got a few centre-backs. We have Matthias de Ligt, who was either 16 or 17. He was really good in the Champions League for Ajax last season, definitely deserves at least a 74 red card. Olivier Boscagali, he didn't play too much last season I think, or if he did, he maybe didn't do too well, but still deserves a bit of an upgrade. And then we have Reece Oxford, who of course belongs to West Ham, but they have loaned him out to Borussia Mönchengladbach. So that will be very useful for some hybrid squads if he has a decent card. Next up now we have Tom Davies of Everton, who had a pretty decent season last season. He played a bit in the Premier League at the end. I think he scored on his debut. But definitely would have a decent card and will probably be in the England squad in the future. Same with this man, Dominic Solanke, who was he won the Golden Ball, the best player of the tournament at the Under 20 World Cup, I think it was. But yeah, he's transferred from Chelsea to Liverpool now. Hopefully they do give him some game time so he can develop, because he looks like a very promising player. And then we have Kluivert's son, Kluivert, I think his name's Justin, I think. Of course playing for Ajax there, definitely got a bright future ahead of him as well. Next up now we have a couple of Dortmund players, being Isaac and Moore. You probably know who both of them are. They've both got some good futures ahead of them as long as they can get that game time. And then in the middle we have Moise Kean. He's a 16 or 17 as well, I think, playing for Juventus, so he'll probably get loaned out at some point this season, but still looks like a pretty decent card for a bronze. Next up now we have a couple of Spurs boys, and we have Ryan Sessegnon of Fulham, who's just signed a new contract there, even though Spurs were interested in him, but they just couldn't get the bid in soon enough. And he's definitely got a great future ahead of him. He's kind of reminds me a bit of Gareth Bale. Then on the other side we have Kyle Walker-Peters. He was amazing at the Under-20 World Cup for England. He was one of the 3 players probably in the squad who was like a level above everyone else at the tournament, and hopefully he does get some game time now that Kyle Walker himself has left. And then in the middle we have Winks. Broke through into the Spurs squad last season. He was amazing. His pass accuracy was pretty much the highest in the Premier League. He's great at defending, pretty strong, and his dribbling's well, and he's reasonably fast. So if he gets a 75 next in FIFA 18, it will be a great card. So next up we have a few more Tottenham players, because I support Tottenham. I sort of know about the youth academy and stuff, and all of these players are looking so promising, so I've included them all in here. We have Cameron Carter-Vickers, who was in the game last year, of course, the American. Pochettino thinks that he can become the best centre-back in the world at a certain point in time. We then have Josh Onoma, who most people know about. He was one of the 3 players at the Under-20 World Cup for England, who was just a level above everyone else. Next up we have Jack Rolls, who just recently has signed his first professional contract with Spurs. Now, he's born in England, but like his parents are from Cyprus. But he is Spurs' top scorer last season, and maybe even the season before, for the under-18s. And he's playing as like a centre mid, and he's scoring like 20 plus goals in only 20, maybe just over 30 games. Next up now we've got a few more Spurs players. We have Marcus Edwards, who Poch has compared him to Messi, saying he can get to that level. I don't know if he can get as good as Messi is, but he could definitely be a great player. We then have Sam Sashua on the right there. He's a very promising player. And then in the middle we have Keziah Sterling, who's got 1 game and 1 goal for the first team. And hopefully he does get some more first team opportunities next season, because he does look very promising. So that is it for the top 40 Wonderkids. There's definitely some more who are perhaps better than some of them, but I think those are all definitely going to be amazing in career mode in FIFA 18. But now we've got a few extra ones who are just a bit over that 20-year gap, but I reckon they still can be considered as Wonderkids. First, we have these 3 Spaniards from Real Madrid. Diego Llorente and Marcos Llorente. I think they are brothers. One playing centre-back and one is a defensive mid. Both look like pretty decent cards, and they both have amazing potential. And then in the middle we have Dani Ceballos, who also has insane potential. Real Madrid have just bought him from Real Betis. And then finally now we have 3 German players, 2 from Schalke, being Goretzka, who of course was amazing at the under-21 Euros, I think it was. And then so was Maya. No, Goretzka was awesome at the Confed Cup, and then Maya was the one at the under-21 Euros, I think it was. We then have the goalkeeper Pollersbeck. Not too sure if I said that one right, but he played for the under-21 Germany squad, and he was really good for them. Probably the goalkeeper of the tournament. I don't know if he did get the Golden Glove or not, but he was very good and definitely has a bright future ahead of him. But anyway guys, that is basically it for this video, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next vid.